press conference with front row left, Dave Biddle, 24/7 Sports.
Hi, Ryan. I know you love when we ask you about injuries, but what's the update with Jackson and Jordan?
Funny you ask. Coming off of the bye week, we got a lot of guys rested, and then went on the field a little bit yesterday. We got a big practice today. So right now, we're not going to give you any injury updates. But then as we get closer to the end of the week, we'll have a better idea.
Third row left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Ryan, I think Iowa defense is ranked third in the country in points allowed per game. So how much do you view this as a measuring stick kind of game for beyond that?
No, I think they're very good. Been working hard and trying to figure out how to attack them. But they're very good in what they do. And just the minute you think that they're not going to change it up, they do, and very well coached. So there's a reason why they're ranked so high, and year in year out, they're one of the better defenses in the country. They do a great job, and so this will be certainly a challenge for the offense.
Fourth row middle, Andy Anders, Buckeye Sports Bulletin.
Yes, Coach. I know this has been revisited several times already, but obviously before the season you called for a top 10 defense. Right now, 10th nationally in scoring, 5th in yards per game, 7th in pass, 9th in rush defense. Is there any added sense of security, I guess, that maybe, at least statistically, the defense is kind of living up to that expectation you set?
I think we've made some progress, but the goal is to be the best in the country, everything we do. So I don't think that was anything out of school. I think it's just the way that we approach our work here. And there's been really good things, but that was the first half of the season. Now we're on the second half of the season. The second half of the season started yesterday with getting on the field. So nothing we've done in the past matters anymore. All that matters is what we're doing moving forward, and the challenge is only going to be harder. But there's been some good things, but certainly a lot more bigger challenges ahead.
Fourth row right, Cameron Teague Robinson, The Athletic.
Ryan, last week, going into the bye week, you mentioned how good you thought CJ had done at movement and getting outside the pocket. In the offseason, was that something that you talked to him that you wanted to see improve? That's something he dissected himself in his own game and took it upon himself to better?
I think it all started in the weight room with the work that he put in with Mick and everybody there, just getting stronger, faster, more powerful. And so because of that, that's allowing him opportunities to do more, things outside the pocket that he's done in the past. So, I think his body changed in the off season, and that he just put in a really good off season. So, I think that's really where it all came from.
Right behind him, Spencer Holbrook, letterman row.
Ryan, do you see what you needed to see as a staff from the corners this week to some of the issues you guys had pop up?
Yeah, I think they've been working hard. I think they've been working hard at practice. I think they understand where they need to get better. We'll find out more on Saturdays. That's the ultimate test. But the preparation's there. I think the attention's there. I think the work's there. And that's the way it is for all of us.
Far right over here, Don Sperry, WBNS 10 TV.
Coach, overall, you said you want to get back to the basics during the bye. Just give us an idea of how it went and what kind of progress you feel like you can make.
Yeah, I think it allows us the opportunity to take a step back and look at where we're at and rebite on things, just little things like how we meet, how we go out to practice, how we stretch, how we go through our individual drills, identify our techniques and fundamentals that we need to get better at, because what happens, 6 games in, you start to focus a little bit more on scheme. So I think we did a good job of that. But again, the emphasis this week will be on Iowa, but we still will be hammering the fundamentals and techniques, because that's what Iowa does such a great job with. I think that they're very, very good with their pad level, great with their hands. They understand their offense and defense better than you. That's their goal. You can tell that. And they play good complementary football. So hopefully this off week has allowed us to rebite in that area.
Right behind him, Clay Hall, WSYX.
As good as they are on D, they're dead last in total offense. Is there anything that needs to be said about 238 yards a game? How do you not be complacent about that?
Well, I think their style is similar to some of the teams we played, where they want to control the game. They're not looking or interested in scoring a million points or getting a ton of yards. They want to just win the game, and that's their focus. And you can tell that they're complementary, and they've done that for a long time, and it's a winning recipe. So we're not going to look too far into that, and just make sure that we're identifying how to go win the game.
Front row right, Austin Ward, Rivals 97.1.
Well, hypothetically, if Jackson can come back on Saturday, what does that mean for the rest of
that unit, it's a lot different than when we got her, with more experience for Mecca and Marvin, and Julian's healthy. Like, I know that's a good problem to have, but what do you think that would mean for the rest of the, how you thought about that?
Yeah, I think it allows us more depth there. It takes some stress off the other guys, which they've taken on a lot in these first 6 games. You know, I think if you, 7 weeks ago said, here's what's going to happen, you would have realized that's a pretty heavy burden for those guys. Special teams, a lot of reps at their position, and I think they've done well and benefited from that. I think we all have, but getting them back certainly would take some stress off of them, and then I think then we'll be at full strength.
Just to follow up, Jackson would still be a starter for your team.
Yeah, I would say so.
That's a good use of the follow-up then.
Just want to test it out.
Right next door, Tim May, Letterman Row, on 3.
Yeah, one and done. Ryan, go back to what you just talked about a second ago, or a minute ago. When would you remember coming up with the idea, or that you're gonna try to score as many points as you can, gain as many yards as you can, et cetera? Do you remember an influence that came along in either your playing career, coaching career, that told you that's the way to go?
I think when I played in at the University of New Hampshire, and Chip Kelly was my coordinator, and we were kind of at the beginning stages of the no huddle and going fast, and we want to put a lot of stress in the defense, and it's changed so much since then. But we wanted to get defenses to defend the entire field, horizontally and vertically, and find ways to stress out the defense. And at the time, it was going fast, whether guys not getting the calls in fast enough, maybe not physically in enough shape to handle it for 4 quarters. At that time, it was very different. I think now it's changed as well. But the #1 goal is to put as much stress on the defense as you can. Don't make it easy on them. Make it easy on yourself, and allow the guys to play